we had Swerve Strickland tell us exactly what this place means to him. This is a lifelong goal of his, to buy off the house that his parents couldn't afford. It means everything to him, deeper than any championship we could ever imagine. And Paige took that away.
Andrew from Cape Breton. Tonight's show was pretty lit. Straight fire it was. Okay, let's get them all in here. Usually we don't get... Okay, he just keeps going and going here with the fire puns. So I'm not sure how to feel about this ending angle. One of the things about the original home invasion was it was kept serious, despite the absurdity of it being a part of a wrestling program. I'm wondering if tonight stepped over the line as the crowd chanted at the end of the show, "This is arson." On one hand, I'm reminded of the time Randy Orton burned down Bray Wyatt's house. But an angle like that was always cartoony. Nothing about Swerve and Hangman has been cartoonish, and I can understand Hangman's twisted motivation. I think what is setting it over the top for me on the realism scale is normally in wrestling, wrestlers don't press charges because they just want to fight in the ring. However, this guy could also end up setting other places on fire by accident and would be charged regardless of whose house he burnt down. Folks, in another universe, Bronson Reed would be arrested for attempted murder on Braun Strowman. But
listen,
you know what would be a killer is if Swerve didn't have insurance on the house.
Well, he just bought it, okay? So I don't know.
He might have just bought it like sight unseen and just didn't have his paperwork done.
So, but I disagree with this poster when he said that this is, the first angle somehow was kept serious, but this was not serious. Okay, the crowd chanted, "This is arson," because that's what kind of crowds do. They look for witty chants, all right? I don't take that as an indication that this was not serious. We had Swerve Strickland tell us exactly what this place means to him. This is a lifelong goal of his, to buy off the house that his parents couldn't afford. It means everything to him, deeper than any championship we could ever imagine. And Paige took that away. For all the people that I think complain about the bead, the bracelet. This was way more meaningful and way more devastating to somebody than having their bracelet broken. They burned down their childhood home. So I would say this is very serious. Your reaction to it, I guess, could vary, but for me, I felt it was heartbreaking for Swerve.
Do you think that this was the type of angle that would have spurred on people that now I'm buying this show? Because that's what you were attempting to do here, and I just don't know if people I was entertained by this.
Your attempt is to try to build interest in the feud, and that's going to vary for everybody about whether or not they're going to pay money coming off of it as a result. And I don't even know if Tony Khan can control it that much. What he could do is try to get us interested in the feud and get us talking about it. And I thought this was one of those angles that did. Let's go to Mark, who says, "I think it's safe to assume that the AEW but WBD media rights renewal was locked up with a nice increase. You generally don't burn down a house for an angle if you don't have the money to, pardon the pun, burn." Yeah, well, again, realistically, how much do you think a house like that would cost?
Why don't you call your realtor and ask them, if you wanted to burn your house down, what would the...
is that within the budget? I mean, for Tony Khan, sure it is, what costs more, okay?
That or Europe.
Exactly. To burn down a house or to pay for the final countdown. Probably Europe.
You think so?
I think yeah. Yeah.
Then this is a small price to pay.
Another way to support us, of course, is by joining us live here at youtube.com/postwrestling and sending in a super chat. And we want to thank Matt Hahn, who sends $5 to say, "Who do you think should win between Hangman and Swerve?" I think Hangman. Think it would be better for his character.
I do too. I think that Hangman should get the win over Swerve, and I think it sets up a lot for the future going forward. That would be my thought, is Hangman gets this definitive win at the end of it.
I like that idea as well. I think he's just really been able to recreate himself into a much more menacing version of himself. And all of a sudden, I think you've already done a great job of establishing Swerve at a high level. Now Hangman is matching him in that intensity. And I think you got to run with that. This is a Hangman that I want to see as a future champion at some point. And I want to see Swerve get his revenge somewhere down the line as well. This is a feud that I think could go on for years. It has to at this point. Look what they've done to each other.
Go back to the first promo that Swerve cut on Hangman, and he's talking about how he's not motivated, he's not hitting the gym, he's lost that fire in him. Sorry to make the obvious pun.
Found it.
He has rekindled that spark. This ties in. Like at the end of it, now you've got this killer that has come out of it that is more determined than ever. Like this monster that you have created.
This is a program that I think we will look back on as a clear sort of career rivalry for both of them. They've both made each other so much better. So yeah, I think I think Hangman should win this one. If you like this video, consider joining our Patreon, the Post Wrestling Cafe. Multiple bonus podcasts every week, ad-free shows, and access to our full archive. Otherwise, a like and subscribe is much appreciated. Thank you for watching.